Thursday, September the 1st, 2022, to you. And 897 days later, here we are again. On March the 18th, 2020, I wrote a special letter on occasion of the COVID-19 pandemic. Around 600 million cases and 6.5 million deaths have been reported according to Johns Hopkins University's data. Thankfully enough, new vaccines brought normalcy back to our lives, and new technologies like Zoom widened our horizons and our relations. That said, on occasion of Chile's upcoming constitutional referendum due this Sunday, September the 4th, I'm writing a special letter for the second time since I closed my diary in April 2018. Chileans shall be asked to approve the text of the new constitution proposed by the convention in July. Voting will be compulsory. So this one is the largest electoral process in Chile's history. Around 15.2 million people are expected to cast their ballots. On the other hand, it has been too hard for pollsters to reliably forecast the most feasible outcomes. On top of that, the same phenomenon observed in the US and the UK has occurred in Chile. To wit, both sides have relied on information sources closest to their opinions. Consequently, they are regarding themselves as winners ex ante. I guess that there will be a widespread disillusion in the referendum's night. Will either of both sides concede defeat? It remains to be seen. Let us talk then about the text, the context, and the pretext surrounding this event. As for the proposal itself, though well-intentioned, I detected some flaws in it. First, citizens should expect the new constitution to outlive them, so we would have to demand some imagination in its drafting process. Unfortunately, this is not the case. On the contrary, you can find too much guilt in the text. According to the proposal, Chile would become a plurinational state composed by native peoples along with non-native ones. Chile, plurinational. Really? We speak the same language and have the same flag statewide. Besides, plurinationality is not a claim from natives. They want to be seen as Chileans, no more but no less too. Secondly, affirmative action based on gender is ubiquitous in the text. What could this say of a society? I could waste too much ink writing down my opinion on other aspects of the proposed text. I will only remark that I had included immigration, global interdependence, and innovation in the proposed constitution. Also, I could have ensured military subordination to civilian power. As for political system, it is not that the new order would mean a totalitarian regime as many fear. The real issue is that the new institutional framework would be too impractical. I could have pursued empowerment of citizens so as to increase both public and private accountability. That would be more important than the plurinationality thing. In short, if it were for the text only, I would vote against the new constitution. Ideally, I would prefer to have a new convention. Unfortunately, I cannot avoid mentioning both the context and, even worse, the pretext surrounding this referendum. Is the proposed text a bad one? Yes, but it is not the convention's fault. First and foremost, the academic and economic elite did not want to participate, so we should have expected less prepared people to write a proposal. Secondly, that body had just 1 year to deliver its work, which is a time period too short. To make things even worse, the convention was too under-resourced. Its members were not paid enough. Their wage was much lower than that of a congressperson. The Chilean state spent too much resources in its defense before the ICJ. Well, preparing an adequate constitution should be equally, if not more expensive. Ironically enough, austerity was a trait demanded by public opinion. So, how much constitution can I get for $10? Well, that one. On another hand, we must not ignore the fact that the agreement reached on November the 15th, 2019, which made that constitutional possible, took place after a violent period. Chile was at the brink of anarchy back then. Of course, we will never know if we owe our relative stability to that political deal or to the pandemic. But in any case, I'm afraid that a new convention will only be called when politicians are forced to, as they were after the unrest occurred in October 2019. And if so, under which conditions? The devil is in the details, after all. How much time that body would have? Would previous members be allowed to run again? Oh, I forgot. Do Chileans really want a new constitution despite an eventual rejectionist victory? The issue with this referendum is that those who vote yes will do so straightforwardly, but those who choose the opposite option will have each one's different motives. In short, a second ballot should have been included. What is for sure is that as of now, the entire process will die if the option no wins. In turn, resulting frustration will cause more hectic unrest in times ahead. Perhaps not in the day after or in a week time, but surely within 10 or 20 years. Despite my love sorrows, I have plans to live during that period, believe me. Considering the foregoing, I would vote approve only for peace sake. Anyway, if option yes wins, it will mean Chileans like bad ideas. If option no wins for its spot, it will mean Chileans do not know what we really want. Which outcome would be worse? Oh well, writing on the wall. The world is still on.